it's a story about a guy who discovered gold on his farm. And as you can imagine, he was really excited about it, and he knew that he's going to become really rich. So he went and he borrowed from his relatives, he borrowed from everybody to try and get the equipment that he needed to mine the gold. And he eventually managed to do it. So he comes and he starts mining and mining the gold, but then it dries up to a certain point. So he's only able to pay some of his creditors, some of the people he borrowed money from, his family and all that. And eventually he, of course, abandons like the farm and ends up selling the farm and the equipment that he had bought for like $100 to some guy, some scrap metal collector in town. Now, this scrap metal collector decides that because he doesn't have enough knowledge on gold and mining, he decides to hire an expert to learn about mining gold, to learn about what happens, like why did this place dry up? And that's what he does when he then discovers that just 3 feet from where this other guy had stopped digging, the vein of gold continued. And this guy became one of the wealthiest people because this gold vein was like one of the best producing gold veins at the time. Now, this guy who sold him his farm and the tools for $100, of course, was filled with regret. But he took it as a lesson to never do that again, to learn from experts on certain things that he didn't know about, instead of abandoning a project before he's actually even understood how, taken wise counsel from somebody else who's an expert in that field. So he actually eventually, happy ending to that story is that he also became really wealthy in his field, in a different field. But the reason I'm telling you this story is because I just finished reading the book 3 Feet from Gold, and it's by Sharon Lecter and Dr. S Reid. It's a really great book. I would highly recommend it. In terms of where to get it in Kenya, I'm not sure. I had to order it from Amazon. I've been looking around and I can't find it. So I ended up ordering it from Amazon. But this book has been such a life changer. And the reason I got it is because it's a compilation of wealthy people who've been very successful. And it doesn't talk about how they've been successful, but it talks about when they wanted to give up. When they were 3 feet from gold and they felt they wanted to give up, or they were going through challenging times. So it just compiles like different stories from different people, and it does it in a very artistic way, where Greg goes through the experience, because this is actually like a book where he ended up being like Napoleon Hill, who interviewed a lot of successful people. So he ended up interviewing a lot of successful people and asking them how they were successful and what were the times when they wanted to give up and why didn't they give up, which for me is really important. So I then decided to make you a video because I want to share with you some of the nuggets that I think will help you understand if you actually are 3 feet from gold. So I've prepared 8 points and I've written them here so that I don't forget anything. 8 points that 8 ways that you can know whether you are 3 feet from gold so that you don't give up, because you're probably at the end, like success for you is just around the corner, and I don't want you to give up. So I've written down these 8 tips to help you know whether you really are 3 feet from gold and don't give up. So the first tip is that you are clear about what you want. That's the first thing. You are clear about what you want and you've written it down. You have a vision for what it is that you want, the kind of life that you want, what it is that you're trying to achieve. That's the first. If you know that, you're very close. You are 3 feet from gold, but all the others are just as important. So let me continue. Number two is that you've made a decision to not only go after what you want, but to have what you want. You know you're worth it. You've made that decision. Because it's so funny the number of times that I hear people saying that they never even made a decision to have what it is that they're going after. They never think that they're enough. And if that's you, then you want to make that decision. Make that decision, write it down. You deserve it. If not you, who? Why should you be the one to struggle when other people are having success, right? You didn't come out from a different body part, or you're not bleeding blue, or you're not from another planet, at least I hope not, right? So why not you? Why can't you get the things that you want? A lot of people get the things that they want. Why not you? You just have to decide. Decide that you are enough as you are, and that you do deserve the things that you are going for. That's the second thing. So so the first one is you're clear about what you want and you've written it down. The second one is that you've made a decision about what you want, going after what you want, and that you deserve what you want. And the third is you're being challenged out of your comfort zone. A lot of the times, success comes dressed in overalls. It comes dressed as work. It doesn't come dressed looking good. So when you feel challenged, when you feel like you're being pulled out of your comfort zone, like you're being stretched, there's a reason for that. Because the person who you are right now cannot achieve the goals you want to achieve. Because the person who you are right now was only built to achieve what you've achieved right now. So if you want to achieve more, you have to be more. And being more is an uncomfortable situation. It will take you out of your comfort zone. It is what growing pains are about. Growing pains are like when kids are growing, there's a certain point, especially when they're growing really tall, when they actually feel pain in their limbs. I found out about this. But kids feel pain in their limbs because they're growing. It's growing pains. Even for you, you are growing, you're being stretched, you're getting out of your comfort zone. That is a sign that you are 3 feet from gold. That's the third. The fourth is you're getting a lot of distractions. And this is what I mean. You know how when you are freshly in a great relationship and you are so happy and life couldn't be better, flowers are brighter and clearer, the air is even, it smells different. I mean, you're so happy, right? What happens during those times? You'll find a lot of people coming to tempt you, like a lot of people coming to offer themselves. That's when people will come from the woodwork. Your exes, you'll go out there and people will be hitting on you. And you're like, when I was single, I wasn't getting this much attention, right? Because now you have what you want. So when you're 3 feet from gold, you now start noticing that there will be distractions that will come to try and move you from the path, to try and get you away from your success. Because I guess, you're also being tested whether you want it bad enough, whether you have faith, whether you have the strength and the courage to persevere. So you'll notice that there'll be a lot of distractions, a lot of good other opportunities, a lot of offers to change course, a lot of offers to not take what you've learned so far, some of the difficult things that you may have learned, and turn them into lessons that make you better and propel you to new heights. So you'll notice that there will be a lot of distractions. That's number 4. And then you'll also notice that you are better today than you were 12 months ago. So if you look back at 12 months, you look back and you think in terms of you, your character, in terms of your knowledge, the things, your wisdom, you are much better than you were 12 months ago. Because you're growing into something new. You're growing into something better. You've grown into the person who can now achieve bigger, better goals, which is why you are not going to be the same as you were 12 months ago. So if you notice that, you are 3 feet from gold. Then, number 6, you have the right people around you. So you'll notice that you're suddenly attracting the right people who are better than you in terms of maybe they've achieved more success, or they're smarter than you, or they're in higher positions than you are. You'll start to notice those people being drawn to you for some reason. You'll start to notice yourself associating with different types of people, different people from who you used to associate with before. Because if you remember, you are becoming a new person. And that new person can no longer hang out with those losers who discourage you and make you feel stupid from doing work that will help you, personal development work, or from working on your business and stuff like that. Like, those guys are just going to start to fall off the wayside. And you'll start to notice that you'll be attracting a different caliber of people. So that's the thing. Your associations will change because you have changed. So if that's you, you're 3 feet from gold. And number 7, I love this one. Number 7 is that you have faith that what it is that you're pursuing will happen. What it is that you're pursuing is within reach. You just know. If somebody asks you to explain, you perhaps can come up with some explanation that won't really make sense, because how do you describe that feeling, that knowing within you? Like, I just know that this thing that I'm after, this goal that I have that was given to me, is going to happen. If that's you, you are 3 feet from gold, because there's a reason why faith, like the name faith, even just faith is such a powerful thing to just get you going in those difficult times, because there will be difficult times, and you need to have that faith and that knowing that the thing you're after is within reach. It's going to happen, whether it happens next year, whether it happens in next month, whether it happens next decade. It will happen, because you're going to make it happen. You're going to beat that thing down. You're going to be the last person on that runway or on that treadmill running and running, and it will not be the one to, like, it will not be the one to beat you down. You will beat it down, because again, it also doesn't have a brain, and it doesn't have like everything that you have. So how can it be the one to win? I mean, you're smarter than that, right? So having that knowing is really powerful, and that's number 7. And then number 8. Number 8 is that you don't have an exit plan. You don't have a trust fund. I feel bad, for people who do have trust funds and exit plans, and quitting is an option for them, because it's gonna take more. And it doesn't mean that even if you have a trust fund that you can't make more of yourself or go past the temptation to quit because you have a cushion. But if you really do not have an option, if quitting is not an option, because you look at the alternative and you're like, you know what, quitting is the equivalent of death. So I cannot quit. I'll just keep changing tactics. If that doesn't work, I'm going to change tactics. I'm going to change tactics until I find a way that works. Because guess how many times kids fall before they learn how to walk? So kids fall all the time. And you'll never hear a parent saying that, Nani has tried to walk like 10 times. They've fallen like 10 times. This kid is not a walker. This kid, let's just give up. They'll never walk. That will never happen. Maybe that's why we all walk, because our parents kept trying to nudge us, like, walk, and we also tried to walk. We just kept trying, right? There's no kid who sits down and just goes like, I'm so defeated, my goodness, 10 times? How many times do I have to keep falling, man? I'm done. I'm never gonna walk again. That will never happen. That kid will still continue to walk. That kid will still continue to fall and cry and still try again within an hour's time, right? That's the thing. If you know you do not have the option to quit, you'll get it done. And you are 3 feet from gold. Just keep changing tactics if something is not working. Get help, find the right association, the right partnership, or whatever it is that you need, the right group of people who will encourage you, people who will teach you new things. Look for a book that can teach you the thing that you need to learn, that will help you propel and deal with the challenge that you're having right now. So don't give up. You are 3 feet from gold. And just to help you, because I don't just want to tell you that and then leave you hanging, right? I want to share with you a number of things that I think, like 6 of my favorite things that I think will be able to help you in case you're feeling discouraged, or when you reach the point where you're just like, man, this is really hard, because everybody gets to that point. The owners of Google wanted to sell Google long before. They wanted to sell it for like $500,000, I think. And they had an offer. Yahoo laughed at them. They had an offer for somebody who wanted to buy it. Like, everybody, Airbnb would have sold Brian Chesky when he came to Kenya. I got to meet him, and he said even for him, he would have sold the company. Almost everybody goes through that period when they're just like, I just want to quit. And for one reason or another, they keep going, and then they achieve success, because most people quit. A lot of people actually end up quitting at that time. So these people who are left, the last ones on the runway, the last ones on the treadmill, running while everybody else is falling, because they're like, this is too hard, this is too uncomfortable. Those ones reduce the competition and increase the ability of the person who's still going to win. So here are 6 things that I think will help you in the event that you feel like you want to give up, or that those difficult times. So let me start with number one. Number one is, and this is something that I do, I know the things that can help cheer me up. The songs that can help cheer me up, the movies that can help cheer me up, the YouTube videos that can help cheer me up. I save them in watch later, so I can always go back to them instead of having to look for them. Or I create a folder like funny videos or something like that. You can do the same thing. But have a list of those things that you know will help cheer you up. Whether it's ice cream, like for me, I love ice cream. And I discovered this Delia's ice cream. Oh my gosh, it's so good. The mint chalk. Oh my, and the strawberry. I've never tasted strawberry like that. So find those things that if you're having a bad day, you know that it's a supermarket walk, drive, or a border send guy away, and he'll bring you the thing that will cheer you up. Maybe it's places that you love to go, watch the sunset or the sunrise, or something that just makes you feel so uplifted when you connect with nature. Maybe it's a particular person that you know when you call them, you always feel better. You know, they don't need to know that they're your cheer you up, but you know that when you make that phone call and you talk to this person, you always feel encouraged. Maybe it's a verse in the Bible that you love to read that always makes you feel encouraged. Write down those things. Keep a list of those things, because you are gonna need it. Because everybody feels like and we all get into a funk. We all feel like quitting. We all feel discouraged. We all feel like, oh my goodness, did I bite off more than I can chew? That happens to everybody at every level. It never ends. But when you have your list of favorite things, then you can always go to that list and say, you know what, I'm going to pick the video, or I'm going to go out for ice cream, or I'm going to buy that lovely bottle of wine, or let me get the Bible and read this part. So that's the first thing. And then the second is to write positive statements and affirmations where you can see them, and put them where you can see them. So this, I love to use my screensaver for my laptop or my phone, and that's where I put things that, encouraging statements that I can look at regularly, because I open my laptop or my phone like pretty much every day, right? So I get to see a message that can then, whether consciously or subconsciously, get into my mind and inspire me or motivate me or encourage me in those moments. So put those signs, those affirmations, those positive statements next to the mirror, above your bed, on the ceiling, screensaver, wherever it is that you frequent, that you see on a regular basis. Then you can put them there. And sometimes maybe you don't want everybody who comes to your house to see those statements, or everybody who uses your bathroom, so you can abbreviate it or put a sign of something that will remind you of that thing, right? Cool. So then number 3 is, stop doing things that are wasting your time. Scrolling mindlessly on social media, waste of time. Hanging out with people who don't make you feel better about yourself or make you better as a person or teach you something new, waste of time. Stop wasting time. And actually start monitoring how you spend your time. Start monitoring how much time you're spending doing things that are not adding value to your business. Getting stuck in traffic, hanging out with the wrong people, spending time talking on phone with people who like having useless conversations on phone for extended periods of time, scrolling on TikTok, which is now very popular, and a lot of people are addicted and they spend hours per day on it. I hope that's not you, but if it is, find some way to just cut that stuff out. It is not helping you. There is no wean yourself out of it and minimize your TikTok usage from 3 hours to 1 hour. Nah, you need to kill what is wasting your time, because it's taking time for you to be able to get your goal, to work on your goals. And if it's doing that, that means it's just delaying the time it's going to take you to get to your goal. So if you do 3 hours on social media every day, multiply that by a week, multiply that by a month, multiply that by the number of years you think you're going to live from this moment on, and see how many days you're wasting on social media. So quit that stuff. And if you need to learn how to manage your time better, start by monitoring how you're actually spending your time. So get like apps, there are apps out there like Clockify or something like that, and start logging in those hours and how you're spending them. See how you're spending your time hour to hour. Then you can actually see what your priorities are. Because as much as people talk about their priorities and say, oh, my business is my priority, are you spending the equivalent time on your business? Because there are two ways of knowing someone's priority. You want to know them? How they spend their time and how they spend their money. Everything else we say is nonsense. Those are the only two ways of knowing what someone's priority is. If their priority is their family, they're spending the equivalent. They're spending the equivalent of that time with their family because it's that important. If it's building their business, they are spending the equivalent of that time. There's no for saying, oh, my business or my family is important, and you're spending 60% of your time doing activities that are not helping you deliver or deepen that relationship or deliver that goal, right? I know, yeah, it sucks to hear that sometimes, but it is the truth. Look at yourself. Look at how, get that app, monitor, or even an Excel sheet. Monitor how you spend every hour of your day. Set an alarm. The alarm goes off at 9 a.m., it shows you what you did between 8 and 9. It goes off at 10 a.m., it shows you what you did between 9 and 10. It goes off at noon, it shows you what you did between 11 and 12. Monitor that. And then also look at your bank statement and how you're spending money. You'll know very quickly what your priorities are. So, after you stop doing the things that are wasting your time and follow everybody who makes you feel bad about yourself, and follow them. They could be the people closest to you or your friends from high school or whatever. If they make you feel bad about yourself because they make you feel that you're uglier or fatter or you haven't achieved success, you're so behind, nothing is gonna help you more than fast unfollowing them. Fast, get them out of your environment fast before you even try to fix anything. Like, fixing should come after, but fast, shortcut process, and follow everybody. Only follow people who make you feel good, people who teach you something, people who you can aspire to be like, because you're looking and you're like, that is my goal. I want to be like this person. That person embodies my values. They embody what it is that I want to achieve. Let me follow them so I can learn from them and can do what they do. I can have my environment full of things that inspire me and make me feel good. That's what you need. It's really hard to have an environment, to be in a polluted environment full of garbage and people who make you feel bad and still be able to achieve success. It's gonna hold you back. So unfollow them and you'll start to see things just progressing. That's number 5, right? Oh no, that's number 4. I still have 2 more to go. Number 5 is start your day with the most important task. The task that will get you to your goal the fastest, like the most important task towards your goal. Start with that task. And I must say, I read this book, The One Thing, not too long ago. And in The One Thing, the author, whose name is Gary Keller with J. Papasan, they talk about a sentence that you should ask yourself every day when you want to figure out the one thing that you should prioritize. So start your day with that thing that is called the one thing that you really should give the utmost priority. And this is the sentence that they say. They're like, what's the one thing you can do this week or today or in the next hour, such that by doing it, everything else would be easier or unnecessary? What's that one thing? Start your day with that one thing. Before you switch on your phone, before you do anything else, before you make that social call, before you do anything else, start your day with the most important task. Because everything else can wait and line up around your most important task. And if it takes you even like 2 or 3 days to reorganize your schedule so you can do that, do it. But have that as the thing that you want to start your day with. I personally do not switch on my phone until I have done my most important task for the day. Sometimes my 3 most important tasks for the day before I switch on my phone. And there are days when I actually do not switch on my phone because I haven't done my one thing. I haven't finished it. So I cannot have distraction. I have to finish that one thing. If it takes me a whole day, I'll do that one thing. If it takes me 2 days, I will do that one thing. And I will prioritize it over anything else. Because guess what? I know, I have faith, I believe in myself and my vision, and I know it's just a matter of time before it happens. Everything else can line up behind that. And I make no apologies, and I feel no guilt for not being present all the time to pick up my phone or respond to every text or WhatsApp message when it takes me away from my goal. I'll take care of that when I can. So also for you, I would recommend that you adapt the same mindset, the same process of starting your day and doing the most important thing before anything else in that day, and prioritizing that over anything else. And number 6 ties into number 5, because it will help you achieve number 5 and achieve it faster. Number 6 is stop multitasking when you're doing your most important tasks. Stop trying to do anything else in that period. That's why I switch off my phone, because I don't want to multitask. I don't want a phone call to come and get me out of the zone. I don't want a message, to read a message and then I go down a rabbit hole, or I click a link and I end up in places. I avoid distractions. I would recommend that these distractions are actually like multitasking. So don't multitask. If you're working on a proposal, or you're working on your presentation, or you're working on a webinar and that's the most important thing for you, then you can just shut off everything else. Even if it means in 90-minute bursts, like you focus and work on this thing for 90 minutes and then take a breather for 15 and come back to it, do that. But don't try and send an email or do something in between doing this most important task. Focus on this task and everything that is required to help you complete it. There you have it. Now you have the 8 ways that you can tell whether you're 3 feet from gold. And I'm guessing that if you've gotten to this part of the video that you probably are. And you have 6 things that you can do to help you when you feel discouraged, or you feel alone, or you feel like giving up. So if you like this kind of content, I would love to share more with you. So hit that subscribe button so that you get informed when I release the next video. And also, when you like this video at no cost to you, it will be shared with even more people, because the algorithm will see that. And if you can comment below, that would be really great. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you thought of this video and whether you'd like to see more content like this. So let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to hearing from you. See you in the next video. Ciao. Or fall before they run how to run. Run how to run. That's funny. Before they learn how to run. That was that was funny.